We were on duty, a phone call had come in saying that a male that had been missing for a few days was somewhere within the Galston area. He'd contacted the police and said it was going to be a cold, wet end to the day. I grabbed AJ from the police station, we jumped into one of our cars and we were out looking for him to try and find him.
We were out looking for this chap who he was going to kill himself, is the long and short. He'd said that it was going to be a cold, wet end, so we straight away went to Galston seafront because of the water. We started looking around. We started over by the pier. The report had come in from another officer that they'd seen somebody, possibly him, on the seafront, on the top of the cliffs.
It was an extremely cold day. It was probably the coldest day of the year so far. There was snow on the ground, it was overcast, it was extremely bitter cold. So we saw this bloke. I said to AJ, that's got to be him. I asked AJ to slow the car down so I could get out, run up the cliffs to try and stop him. Exactly at that moment, he obviously got spooked by someone coming into the car park. He ran down the cliff, straight across the front of our vehicle, which we were skidding in at that moment in time, trying to stop on all the ice. He was straight over the barrier onto the beach and headed straight out to sea. As soon as the vehicle had stopped, I was out of the car, jumped over the barrier myself, hit the sand, which was rock hard, which was quite surprising, and then just chased him straight into the sea. My feet got taken away by the waves. I did go under the water, came back up. He was still going out, so I followed him. We ended up swimming out roughly about 15 metres. He then went under the water. I was trying to grab hold of him. He was wearing a long black leather coat, and I managed to grab hold of a part of that. And then I think it was AJ grabbed hold of me and pulled me back in towards shore as well.
I just remember heading out a good 15 metres into the water, and again this lad just didn't look back. He had his goal, and that was to go out to sea. And I remember seeing Ash going under, and I knew the water must have been deep, so I grabbed hold of him, and luckily Ash had got hold of this lad as well, and we both managed to get off footings and walk him back to the shore.
That's when you really got hit by the cold. When you came back out and you're sitting there or standing on the beach, it was really cold, you're soaking wet, and your breath's just been taken away from you, and it's so difficult to catch your breath back.
I felt like I'd done good. Stopped the lad from killing himself right on top of Christmas, and the last thing you want is someone, you know, a loved one, dying just before Christmas, because it's not just that year it impacts, it's every year. Do I think we were brave? The answer is no, not at all.